This is the product that I worked on just recently. It was recently released in March. It's a little USB audio interface for guitarists, but you can do, obviously, a lot more with it. And before I talk about that, I'll just talk a little bit about my job. I'm a product manager. I don't have any technical background. I don't code. I help people figure out what to do with code. I design features. I say, it should look like this. And the developer says, OK, we'll make it happen there. So a lot of the people that you're going to see today and a lot of all the different specialties, there's always a product manager behind a lot of these products. There's product managers at Harmonix for each individual game that they have. There's product managers at iRobot for all the different products. So anything here, like this microphone, probably has a product manager behind it. What a product manager does is takes ideas for products and says, OK, well, is it a viable product? Is it going to be, do people want this? Is it something that we're going to be able to make money off of? The answer is yes. They say, OK, well, let's start designing it. And then you go through the design process and you say, OK, engineering team, I need you to help me figure out if this is what it's going to be, if this is what's going to happen with. And they say yes and no. And there's a little kind of back and forth on that. You should try harder. You should tell us to do less features. You should give us more time. You should just work harder. There's a little bit of that back and forth. There's a whole quality assurance team that then tells you this is really not working for a customer. I can't really do this, backwards. The way you designed it, change it, so you have to change it. Then you work with your product marketing team who has to know the product inside and out and be able to sell it and market it to all the people that sell it. Then you have your sales team, and you have to tell them why it's so great and cool, and you get to develop the packaging and the marketing and the branding and the taglines and all that stuff. And then you also work with support, so making sure that if there are technical problems with the product, that people who call in can get support right away. So you're really the center spoke of this entire wheel of a product that goes around and around and around. And even after a product is released, you're still taking care of it. You're still doing updates and releases. You're still working with marketing and sales to make sure that they're doing everything they can to support the product and answering questions. So I'm going to bring up Stephanie, and she's going to show you this product.
Basically, this is designed for, a musician. Let's say, I'm coming home, I'm on the train, and I'm have an idea for a song, in my head. And what's great about this is I don't need to call my band. I don't need to book studio time. I don't need to go anywhere. I just go home, I go to my room, and I say to myself, all right, well, let's record a rhythm guitar part. And what I did before that is this comes with drum tracks. It comes with a million different drum tracks. I pick some loops, some drum tracks that I like, and I put them right in here. I do that idea, I press stop, and then, I say to myself, well, what does this song need? It needs a bass part, right? And I don't really have a bass. I don't feel like telling my bass player to come over. With this product, I can actually make my guitar sound like a bass. Let's say I think that's a little boring, so maybe I'll put an effect on it. I have tons of different crazy effects. I can do this. You can do that. You can do all sorts of crazy different things with this.
The great thing about this product is Stephanie and I just met for the first time a month ago, so she's had this for a very short amount of time. And that was the whole idea behind this product, was that someone who's never used it before can easily pick it up, start playing, start recording, start having fun with it immediately without having to go to school or read a huge manual or bang their head against the wall, like a lot of music recording software programs can be like that. And that's one of the things I really love about my job, is to be able to create these types of products that everybody can use, no matter what their level of musicianship or what their level of commitment is. They can just come in, record something really fun, and then share it with their friends. So, any questions?
Why is it that the product's only compatible with a netbook and not any other laptop?
Well, it's interesting. So when you work with a lot of people, and we worked with our parent company in Japan on this. In Japan, the netbook is a very, very, very popular product. And they said to us, you need to develop a software product that runs on a netbook. And we said, okay, but netbooks aren't really that popular here. And they said, you will develop a product on a netbook. And we said, okay, but it's going to be a little hard for us to market it. And they said, you will develop a product on a netbook. And they're paying the bills, so we said, okay, we will develop a product on the netbook. And actually, you can use this software on any other PC out there, a regular laptop, regular desktop. The screen, the way that the UI is designed, if you're interested, you can come up afterwards and I'll show it to you, was so that you can fit everything on a netbook, which is really small. And also to make sure that you weren't going to have any dropouts or weird sound stuff coming out of it. So we had to make the audio engine work on a netbook too, because processors on a netbook are not as robust as they are on a regular PC.
Hi, my name is Stacy, and I come from the South Shore Charter Public School.
Hi, Stacy.
Hi. I have a question about, like, do you have any of those little music, for singers?
Actually, you know, this product is also really good for singers because it has built-in mics, it has built-in pitch correction, and it has built-in harmony. So you don't necessarily have to just use this for guitarists. That's what they call the lead product feature set. The secondary product feature set is you can totally plug in a regular microphone and you can sing into it, and it does pitch correction and harmony.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This seems like it would be an ideal instrument to use for classical composing. Is there an application that you can use it for composing for an orchestra or a small ensemble?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the only thing that this is not good for is for recording anything more than a stereo track at a time. So if you wanted something to record a large orchestra or a chamber orchestra or anything like that, I would recommend a different product that we have, which is another vStudio product, which is the vStudio 700 that you saw in the video. And you can record up to 24 inputs at a time. You can even double it to 48 if you needed to. But it's all basically the same software, just with a different kind of interface on the front of it.
My question for Stephanie is, do you kick butt in Guitar Hero, or is that just a myth?
No, I actually don't. I'm actually not that good at Guitar Hero. Usually when I've played, well, I've played more Rock Band than Guitar Hero, but I usually end up singing because I think that's more fun. So, I'm not that good at Guitar Hero.
What kind of OS do you use? Do you like Linux or Windows or Apple? Which one do you
We love the Windows. We are a Windows outfit. Our code was originally developed for Windows, even before it was Windows, but we're primarily Windows. We do have some Mac applications as well. We were the first 64-bit music recording software. I know my PR director will be very happy that I said that.
Raise your hand high.
Hey!
Mike? Microphone, please.
I have a question too. Okay, you go first. How many inputs are in the device?
In this one here?
Yep.
It's stereo. So left and right, technically two, we call it stereo. So it's either one instrument, one microphone, or a stereo input from a keyboard or anything else like a CD player. It's also got stereo microphones built into it as well. So if you were going to play guitar, if you had an acoustic guitar and you just wanted to get a song done really fast, you can just use the built-in microphones and record something really, really quick and then go back and record it with a little bit more detail later.
How much does it cost?
How much does it cost? Wow. If I sell one today, I'll be in really good shape. It's $2.99, and they are available at all major music retailers, including Guitar Center. I don't think Best Buy carries it, but Guitar Center, you can also buy them online.
How long did it take to make the product?
This actually, from the minute we said we should do a guitar product until it was released, was probably about 5 years. But from actual starting to work on it to when it was released, we started last June, and it was released in March of this year. So quite a while. Hardware takes quite a while to do. Hardware, software in particular takes a long time to do because there's a lot of things that you have to line up. But software usually, it depending on how much is changed in a version to a version, it can be anywhere from 8 months to 2 years.
Thank you. Round of applause. That's great.